Brothers Intimate and Fashion Show coming to you live and direct tonight.
The Knight
Yes,
Brothers
sir.
Show promotes black seed oil, the perfect addition to your daily health routine. Black seed oil and pills are made with high-quality pure seeds and is 100% natural cold-pressed and unrefined. Packed with anti-inflammatory properties and more, black seed oil helps the immune system, weight control, healthy skin, hair, and improve overall well-being. Buying from our Amazon link helps the growth and success of the show, allowing us to bring you informative and entertaining content. Don't wait, start improving your health today. Order from the Knight Brothers Amazon link and experience the many benefits of black seed oil.
All right.
Welcome. Peace and love to everyone watching the Knight Brothers Show tonight. Drop a 1 in the chat as a way of greeting to my colleagues hosting the show with me. As always, we have a super dope lineup of sizzling hot segments for you. True indeed. No doubt. I hope you're all ready, cause it's gonna be fire. All right, my people.
Y'all.
That was my interpretation of my man. He couldn't make it, so I had to do his voice.
I love that.
My boy couldn't make it, so I had to do his voice. Man. That's all.
Who was that, Art? Who was that man?
Number one stunner, Margaret Nick.
Hey man, you know what? I don't know, brother, but I had to hit it for King. You know what I mean? King wasn't making it today.
My man couldn't make it tonight, so you stepped in.
I had to stand in, brother. You know we can't let him down. How we do it?
Welcome Mimi to the show. How you doing there, Mimi?
All right, what you tell him?
What's
Drop
up,
a 1.
Mimi? Margaret Nick.
Throw the ones in the air. Show you care. Throw the ones in the air.
Turning heads. Turning heads.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. Just about now, we're getting warmed up, so as you step on into the club, just let everybody know when you're here, like turning heads, saying good evening. So you get your...
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, honey? That's my girl, Ronnie. What's going on, turning heads?
Let everybody know you in the club with them by dropping a 1 or typing hello, so we can know that you're here. We can acknowledge you.
Yes,
before we get
y'all.
this thing popping. Margaret Nick, like your persona.
Want to say hello to
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
How you doing, Pam Smith?
Thank you, Margaret.
Hey,
What else we got out there? Turn the heads, hello to you.
Tracy Queen.
We got Tracy.
You
Mr.
again, turn the
Armand
head.
What's up, Armand? How you doing,
Big brother Armand. What's up, big bro?
Done got it.
Tracy Queen in the house. What's up, one of them queen girls? What's up, Tracy?
All right.
What's up, Trey? How you feeling? Peace and love.
Mr. Wallace in
Turn
the
the heads in
building,
the
baby.
building.
Yes, sir.
Margaret Nick.
Hey, Armand, we had a good time
Wow.
Sunday, man. Enjoyed the company Sunday watching the games, even though your boys had to take one of those L's again, but it was all good.
Oh, he throwing shade already. Damn.
We're not even
Wallace gonna be playing with him.
We ain't a good 10 minutes in. He throwing shade
know.
already.
We ain't 5 minutes. We're not 5 minutes in. He kicking me in the...
Mel Butler in the house. How you doing, Mel?
Yo.
Welcome, Mel, to the show. How you doing,
Bro,
Miss
didn't
Butler?
talk over top. You hear what you talk about.
Mellow Lucy.
Man, I'm just welcoming people to the show, that's all. Welcome them to the show.
No, you being rude. You being rude, man.
Armand, he running the bus over Washington, man, you know.
Hey.
Boy, the fella out there this weekend, didn't he invite me? I didn't get no
You
invite.
see how he responded? He said, what can I say?
You was
know
at work,
the
man.
time. When you're spitting truth, you're spitting truth.
I wasn't even around.
All right, y'all, look, we're gonna get off. We're gonna stop this march on Washington and get back to the show here. All right, why don't you take us away, brother, and let people know.
Hey, you know what it is? You know, being a better you, elevation, constant expansion, constant growth. You know what it is, baby. Healthy is the new sexy. And that's what we want for you. We want your new sexy this year, this week, today. So welcome to the Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show. The Night Brothers Show on YouTube. Go check us there. It's where healthy is the new sexy. Love y'all. For sure. Indeed.
Love you too, Mr. Arden.
Let's do it. All together. What's up, Hip?
All right.
What's good?
Kim Class at Night. How you doing, young lady?
Last one night. What's up, Kim?
All right. Kim was
Mello in the building.
Kim just came
What's
back
up,
from a
Mello?
cruise as well. Hope you enjoyed your cruise, Kim.
I hope you had a good time. I know you did. Mm-hmm. You know what? You already know what to do, and if you don't, let me let you know. Hit a like, rock a share. If you're on YouTube, hit a like, rock a share, and hit that bell so you're aware every time we go on. I want you to throw a 4PN down there real quick. He's coming along, getting stronger, but always want those to love his way, for real. Until he's back on the airways with us, no doubt. But definitely, tap in what you want to say. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if it's your first time, just type in peace and love. It's the first time here, type in peace and love for the fam. Because, you know, we got love for you. And it's pushing the peace and love right back to you. But hit that hashtag 4Pierre, just so he's aware that you still love him and he's still right here. So we love y'all. We want y'all input. We want you to stay and let us know what you know and add on to the show, because it's not a show unless you flow with us. Peace and love. Let's keep it popping, baby.
Yes, sir.
And Nacho, before we leave that segment,
Yo.
I also want to give a shout out for a Command Sergeant Major Roger L. Parker Jr., who's on the men as well. We want to show him some love too. Hopefully he'll be back with us soon. Don't want to forget about our brother, our sergeant, our Command Sergeant Major, and hopefully he'll be back with us soon. So I want everybody to know that Roger is on the men, and he will be back with us maybe in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Y'all keep Roger.
Throw the love out
well.
there for Sergeant Major for sure. The general is in the building. As soon as possible, we need him back over here.
No doubt. Put a 4 Roger in there too, then, or 4C Command CSM. Put a 4 CSM in there.
Yeah,
too,
Or
then.
CSM.
No doubt.
We'll CSM.
And I did talk to Pierre about 3 hours ago. He told me that he is. Hey, Kyra Snowden, how are you, young lady?
Hey,
Pierre did tell me he was moving around better. He is definitely his rehab. He's had, I think, multiple surgeries on his ankle now, and the doctor said that he is 4 weeks ahead of schedule as far as his recovery goes, Arden. And
That's great. Awesome.
but he said he has awful pains at night, like excruciating pains on a level of 1 to 10.
You told me that too.
He said he said about 15. So he said
15. That's what he told me. 15.
Wakes him up in the middle of the night like crazy. So when you go to prayer, tonight when you're going to sleep, make sure you drop one in for Command Sergeant Major in the midst of your prayers, and also for Pierre, y'all. So all right. All right, so we're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna keep it moving. Q.
Yes, sir. Fasting. You know, guys, we always talk about what is fasting is and what it's not. Well, basically, all it is simply put, it's a time-based eating fast. You know, what you're going to do is you're going to make it very easy. What it's not a diet, and it's not new. Everybody does it. Matter of fact, the reason I'm so confident that everybody does it because I know everybody sleeps. And if you go to sleep, guess what happens when you're sleeping, y'all? Yeah, when we sleep, we're not eating. So technically, we are fasting. So everybody fasts. It's just a matter of how long. But there are 3 fun rules if you really want to make fasting effective for it to really work. Rule number 1, you want to select a protocol. You want to select a block or hours of time that really work for you. Select your fasting hours and then select your eating or feeding hours. Now, there's multiple ways you can do this. You can choose a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour feeding window. You can choose an 18-hour fast with a 6-hour feeding window. You can choose a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour feeding window. Or you can choose OMAD, which stands for eating 1 meal a day. Or if you're completely new to this, you may want to start with a 12-hour fast just to get your feet wet and build yourself up in one of these other longer fasts. Now, rule number 2. When you transition to rule number 2, this is going to be important as well, because after all, we do want to have success. Rule number 2 breaks down in the following way. You want to do this. It's not that difficult to do. Choose a block of fasting hours that fit your lifestyle. That's so important. Consume no calories while fasting. I mean, no calories. When I say no calories, I mean you can't have that one cookie. You can't have those few grapes. You can't have those couple of cherries that you wanted. No calories. Stop it. Don't even think about it. And resisting temptation gets easier over time once you start to really get into this. Rule number 3, when you do break your fast, you want to eat nutrient-dense foods that will satiate you and give you that satiety that you're looking for. You can eat 1 to 3 times during your meal or your feeding time, and drink your fluids after your meals and not with your meals. When you do these things, the following benefits will occur. You'll have mental sharpness. You'll definitely have lower the inflammation, which is the gateway to diseases. You're going to lose weight. That's going to happen. You're going to get that sexy body back that we were just talking about. And then my personal favorite, increased energy levels. Those are the fundamentals of fast. Now, this week's Fast Master tip of the week. Last week we talked about adding Himalayan salt or some kind of pink salt to your water. Today I'm going to talk about something that I mentioned briefly last week, about other beverages that can be really, really helpful when you're fasting. And one of the ones we're going to talk about today is mineral or sparkling water, okay? And we're talking about water like this. Can you guys see this? Like Pellegrino. There are all kinds of different brands of these bottles of water. There we go. Perrier, and so on and so forth. What they contain, it's carbonated water. And the great thing about that is carbonated water, the mineral water, often is infused or contains all kinds of things that are really good for your body. Minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium, and so forth. And they can help with various things. It can help with your hunger pains, make you feel full and satiated. It can also help with that feeling of fullness. It helps improve digestion. So mineral water, carbonated water, that's our tip of the week. Make sure you're consuming some of that when you're doing your fasting hour or window, okay? Back to you, Len.
All right, brother. All right. My persona want to talk to you, Q. So you ready for him?
Yes, sir.
Y'all ready?
Let me talk to the.
If y'all ready for my persona, drop a 1 in the chat group.
Lord.
I know y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but
they're like, what is your persona?
That's what they want to know. My persona is going to talk to Q. Y'all check it out. Okay, I got a 1, so I can go ahead. I need one more 1 so I can bring the persona on. I know y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, here we go, y'all.
Q, my big bro. What's good with you?
It's all good, little brother.
You know what time it is, right?
Yes, sir. Let's
time
do
to
this.
pop them bottles, baby boy.
Let's go.
You know
Deuces.
Kenny likes that Jameson, and that Irish whiskey is strong, you dig.
Oh, that's his hit right there.
Well, time for you, bro Q, to bring it strong to the mic.
Let's do this. Okay, man, listen. As Lenny's persona just said, we're gonna crack open some tasty beverages. We got some nice stuff on tap tonight. Our first beverage on tap tonight is not that Jameson that Kenny likes. No, it's not that. But our first beverage on tap tonight is going to be, as socially speaking, the right to bear arms, the right to shoot. Interpreting America's gun laws and its usage. And man, this is a subject that we just got to touch on tonight. We want your audience, we want your feedback on this as well as we dive into this particular topic. Tasty beverage number 2 on top is going to be our feature segment. And tonight we're going to talk about a form of exercise which is not really highly thought of by a lot of people in our communities, but it should be. We're going to talk about the 5 amazing benefits of yoga. That's right, I said yoga, okay? Then the next tasty beverage, tonight we're going to cover our sports segment. And our sports segment, our small sports segment tonight, of course, we're going to give out NFL updates. But tonight is opening night of the NBA, National Basketball Association, for those who don't know. And we're just going to make our quick picks on who we think could be the potential champion and finals contenders in the NBA, with tonight being opening night. Back to you, Larry.
Q, as you aptly put it just a little while ago, I definitely want to hear some opinions. Like Rodney Bradford, former military, definitely did some time. And shout outs to you, Rodney, for serving and giving of yourself to protect and serve America. But gun usage. And Q, I guess we're going to beg the question tonight. Has the right to bear arms shifted over to the right to shoot? Because it just seems like, you can bear arms to protect yourself, but it seems like that privilege has been extended over these last few years to the right to shoot. So we want to explore that because, nearly 100 people are killed every day in the USA by way of firearms. So we want to know now, we want to ask, are guns becoming a solution or the problem? So we're going to take a look at that. Drop a 1 if you want to chime in on that. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at that. This little video we're going to talk about on the other side. Kenny, all right? Here we go, brother.
Let's do it.
Americans own more guns than anybody else on Earth. Firearms are involved in the deaths of more than 33,000 people in the U.S. annually. Every time another mass shooting occurs in the U.S., it sparks arguments over gun ownership rights. Here's the situation. In 2017, pro-gun advocates got a boost when Republicans gained control of the White House and both chambers of Congress. In February, congressional Republicans rolled back a rule adopted by President Barack Obama in 2016 that was aimed at preventing people with serious mental health problems from buying guns.
The yeas are 235 and the nays are 180. The joint resolution is passed.
But that was just the most recent time Congress has dealt with gun restrictions. Back in 2013, Congress defeated a bill to expand background checks. This was just months after a mass shooting took place at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, where 20 children were killed. In the U.S., 25 children die from bullet wounds each week. Gun rules are largely determined by states. Since 2013, Democrat-led states like California and Oregon have expanded gun restrictions, though a majority of states have weakened restrictions, and many now permit guns in more places, like schools, restaurants, churches, and public buildings. Also, all 50 states allow people to carry weapons that are concealed from public view, and many states have expanded rights to use guns in self-defense. The U.S.'s original gun law is almost as old as the country itself. The Second Amendment right of the people to keep and bear arms was established in the 18th century to allow states to form militias to protect themselves against the federal government. In 2008, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the amendment protected the gun rights of individuals, not just militias. As many as 310 million guns are now thought to be in private hands. Here's the argument. The National Rifle Association
and let's fight for freedom
and its allies argue that gun regulations only hurt law-abiding gun owners because criminals simply ignore them. Since Congress let a ban on assault weapons expire in 2004, violent crime in America has fallen significantly, and fatal and non-fatal shootings have also declined. Meanwhile, gun control advocates say limiting weapons will drive down gun-related crimes, and they point to Australia, where strict gun ownership laws were enacted after a historic massacre in 1996. Since then, there have been 0 mass shootings, and firearms-related death rates have plummeted. So while politicians try to tighten or loosen gun laws from one administration to the next, U.S. citizens continue to be caught in the middle of this legislative gunfight.
All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, look, we're going to talk about some of these stats. And audience, I'm going to ask my brothers some questions on the panel here. And look, the questions are not just for them. The questions are also for you. So when you hear the question or see the questions, feel like you could just jump on in and chime in and give us your thought and your impressions on these gun laws.
Please jump in.
Well, and one thing I want you to remember is, I'm going to just give you a stat right off the bat here. Cheryl Queen, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Cheryl?
Lovely. Like that picture that you got there. Right off the bat, just because we haven't had a mass shooting portrayed in the media here lately, I want you to keep this stat in mind. There are nearly 100 killings per week. No, excuse me, per day. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Per day, 100 people are killed daily by a handgun in the United States. I just want you to sink that in.
25 children per week.
25 of those are children. So I just want you
Every
to let
week.
that, as we pose this and frame this conversation about gun control and mass shootings, I want you to just, kind of, tuck that away in the back of your mind as we go through these questions. So, Q, I'm gonna start with you. You ready, brother?
Yes, sir. Let's do this. It's a conversation that needs to be had.
So, Q, starting off, why are there, and this is your opinion, obviously, you know what I mean, but why are there over 33,000 related gun deaths annually in the United States? Have you ever been to the Wizards game? You been to a Wizards game? You been to that arena?
Oh, yeah.
That means
we all went there together last year.
That means everybody in the arena, including the players and the workers, is killed. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Well, actually, yep. Almost the amount of people that could be at a football stadium, almost.
Correct. Almost.
Yeah.
If you fill up where the Ravens play, damn near 3/4 of that stadium will be killed annually. Just let that sink in for a minute. So if you need some visuals, you know what I mean. But Q, why is that? And why do the number of guns in America outnumber the population? Don't you know that we have for every 100 people in the United States, there's 121 guns. That means we got a gun for everybody, and like 1/4, 1/5 of them get a second gun.
Yeah. Well, listen, there are multiple reasons, and this is just my take on it, and it's so much more to it than this. But a couple of things: the ease for obtaining guns has increased the ownership of guns in America. I mean, it's so easy to get a gun now, man. Very little in the way of background screening is done. What background screening is done is usually minimal at best. And with so many people having access to guns, it's only natural and logical that there will be a rise in deaths and shootings from guns. I mean, that only makes sense, right?
No doubt.
The biggest problem, one of the bigger problems, is with the gun lobbies. The gun lobbies are huge, man, and they're often political in nature because lots of times it's broken down by political sides to the argument, which everything always goes back to politics, as it seems. And it leads to more guns in people's hands. And when you have more guns in people's hands, particularly some people who may be mentally imbalanced or things of that nature, you're going to have an uptick in murders. If you look at this stat right here on the screen, you guys realize that almost 65% of deaths in the country, homicides in the country, take place from the use of guns of some type, whether it be handguns, assault-style rifles, AKAs, all those things of that nature. Over 65% of deaths are taking place because of guns. Insane, man. Absolute insanity. And it's only going to continue to grow as we continue to allow more and more people access to guns.
Q, I see a stat on this chart. I see the stat that 4.3% of murders take place by fist and hands and feet.
Yes,
because that's what we used to do back in the
used to be settled.
yeah, when you whoop that ass, can of whoop ass.
Yeah, that's the difference. It used to be settled.
People wasn't getting killed though. You know what I mean?
No.
We drink a beer later. A couple hours later.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said
we have a couple beers
after a fight, have a beer or two later. Everybody's still alive.
Wanted to get some comments on the screen. Margaret Nick definitely agree with you. And Vanessa Turner says, "Good evening, gentlemen."
Hey, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. How are you? And Joy Walker, hello to you as well.
Absolutely.
Hello, Joy. Hello, Angie Kane, Lisa
and Kenny, I think Angie Kane is saying hello to you.
Hi, Angie.
Angie Kane, we're not doing that tonight.
You can go in on them, Angie. You can go in on them. Lisa Slade, very good point. 3D printers are being used to
make guns. It's insane. It's insane, man.
There's
so many loopholes in our system right now.
Juanita Cage thinks because some folks own an arsenal of guns, 20 and many times more, who knows, collectors may have them too. And that's driving up the gun average too. Like, I'm not a gun owner, but I've been prompted to think about getting one just because of the situation that's out here today. Rodney Bradford, like I said, he served before, so he knows gun usage the proper way, properly 100% trained. The police is outgunned, outmanned with guns.
Sad but true.
And he also said background check is not what the NRA wants. And we're going to talk about that in a second.
Nope, not at all.
Kenny's going to bring that up.
Absolutely right, brother.
Background.
Absolutely right. We will speak on that.
At the same time, would not want somebody to check their background. It's absolutely insane.
But Arden, coming
right
now.
Absolutely right, brother.
With the growing of mass shootings, and I'm going to show you this chart, Arden. Since 2014, we averaged 269 mass shootings in 2014. That has risen up to over 611 per year with since 2022. I don't know what the current stats are, but so the question comes to you. Will this debate over mass shootings change the current laws that we have concerning firearms? What's your thoughts on this?
Just in what you just showed us, it's gone up over 300% in those 6 years. 7 years you're talking about right now, or that you show on the screen. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. Because everything is being pushed. Everything you see, if anybody turns on the TV after you get off of this, and you turn just randomly up through 10 channels, you will see somebody pulling a gun out, shooting, or about to shoot somebody. It's almost decentral, it conditions people to feel like it's not that bad. With 600 plus mass shootings a year, you're not even hearing about it. It won't even be televised unless somebody famous or something is close by or whatever else. Those shootings won't even be televised. You won't even get the story. And, so I really don't think that, much is going to be done in reference to gun control at all. Not at all. Because I know some collectors that have well over 20 guns.
You mentioned
and a whole lot of ammo.
You mentioned the stat about 25 kids die per day from those gunshot situations. But also, the video stated, and I just want you to opine on this, that originally, the United States, the colonies, I guess, enacted the constitutional amendment, the right to bear arms, because the states wanted to protect themselves from the militia and protect themselves from the government itself.
They wanted to create militias to protect themselves from the government itself. Because I mean, at the beginning of the United States, they were coming from another government that was they thought was overreaching.
The
You know,
British, the British.
and so yes, indeed. But the bottom line is that you had some communities that really needed to get guns to protect themselves from their surrounding people and the government. And a lot of them look like us. But the conversation in reference to our communities and guns, was definitely dialed down because you didn't want African Americans armed. I mean, i.e., like I said, what happened in California back in the day when they had open gun laws, when you could walk down the street and you could walk down with your shotgun. What happened is when they found out they could police their own neighborhood and check the police on how they was treating everybody, or check and make sure everything was going on in their neighborhood, you had people following the rules, carrying guns. They changed the laws immediately.
And that was the Black Panther Party with Huey P. Newton and all that on point, very much on point. But look, I want to shift to Kenny real fast because we're segueing over to what he's going to be talking about. How the laws are changed primarily by this main organization in the United States. And this gentleman has on the back of his shirt, "I am the NRA." Could you opine about that? How?
First of all, I can believe the NRA saying this because the NRA has been, my goodness. First, I don't want to make this political, but I got to throw this in there to get my point across. They're the biggest supporter of the Republican Party. Their gun laws, and they have the Republican Party. They don't even address some issues that are put on the table. This goes back to Obama. Obama said he could put a suspected terrorist, a really terrible person, on a no-fly list. You have to be really, really out there to be put on a no-fly list, but he can't stop him from buying a gun because of the NRA. So first of all, I'm not addressing anything the NRA says. But it has been shown that stronger laws does deter gun violence. Yes, that's true. But then you look at it, you see and hear all the stories about illegal guns and people in the hood killing people. But if you look at a lot of the mass shootings, recent mass shootings, and even some of the past ones, they were committed with legal guns. Some of them purchased days, weeks before the event happened. This is a legally purchased gun killed hundreds of people. So it's a 50-50 thing. It's a toss-up. Where do we draw the line? It's a toss-up. Do I think they hurt? No.
I want to read this comment real fast, gentlemen. Keep your point. Remember your point. Lionel chimes in saying, guys, when you talk about the recent mass shootings in America, most of those weapons were purchased legally. In our community, the shootings are being done with illegally obtained handguns. Hold on, let me get the rest of the comment up. He said, those are the guns that are the biggest threat to the black community. Now, Arden, you can pick up your point because, as usual, Lionel is very much in touch with what the hell is going on. But won't you pick up your comment, Arden?
Well, one, I was asking Kenny, do you think tougher gun laws reduce the gun violence? Because I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the laws go up and up and up, and people still busting off because it's being pushed out there. And to speak to to his comment, we have people selling. We have dealers, legal dealers selling illegal guns a lot of times, and then you have certain guns that you can just buy the parts and put them together. You call them ghost guns. There's a lot of ways to get around that, and that's happening in a lot of communities. It sounds like it's just ours, but I know a couple of gunsmiths, and they're not doing that for us. I mean, those are not the guns that we getting. So best believe that's not just our problem, as far as those.
It's not. It's not. But to answer your question, my brother, I don't think it's really helping at all. I really don't.
You don't think? I don't think so either. That's why I was just wondering.
Q, September Raw, Brother Raw said that it's the mind's reflecting time, not the guns. And
it's right.
It's
the people.
I could not agree with him more. It's definitely a mindset, a mentality, a teaching of folks and embedding behavioral characteristics and the devaluing of life and making it so easy to think that it's a video game. I want to get another quick comment up. Arden Kennedy, right. This is Juanita Cage Lewis. Arden Kennedy, you're right. We won't see much change in gun laws. Unfortunately, what has happened to for a direct family member of those who make and govern our own laws to be shot and killed in a mass shooting. Now, of course, we wouldn't want this to happen. True. But this is when you'll see better gun laws. Q, what you think?
It depends on who gets shot and what neighborhood that happens in.
Now, Chief, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your comment before I step in. Okay, no, but see, it's just something that it just continues to grow because the gun laws and lobbyists, as we've all talked about, have their own agenda. And that own agenda is for people to have anybody be able to buy a gun. And when that happens, that allows people who are mentally unstable and people who are like we just talked about, guns that are bought, like Londo just talked about, guns that are purchased legally that are allowed to kill people because there are assault rifles that take place. And those assault rifles are involved in mass killing.
And that's what Rodney is saying with his comment. Q, you're so on point. Rodney is saying the same thing with you. Because he was saying when the amendment was, we were talking about the 13 colonies and the militias that was created to protect them against the British government that came over here and was just running rampant over of a young United States at that time. Rodney says when the amendment was created at the beginning to bear arms, the arsenal was nothing like the weaponry that we see today. It wasn't those.
Absolutely.
It wasn't those.
Absolutely. Lenny, can I comment on that? That is so true. When those bills were written, this was written in a time where they were doing muskets. It takes an hour to load 30 minutes to load a musket.
Yeah.
So now we're dealing with assault weapons that
really
kill
good.
massive people in 30 seconds. So it's two totally different scenarios.
No doubt.
You might be able to get a shot off, or maybe 2 shots off in about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was a whole different situation.
Longer than that.
But one thing, I mean, you got to talk about is that in our lifetime, the social responsibility and the actual etiquette of people, the moral turpitude of the world has decreased dramatically. People are racing to the freaking bottom right now. So when you got people racing to the bottom morally, and at the same time, you handing them automatic weapons, it's a problem. It's a recipe for what we see right now, for sure.
Yep. Last question before we get up off.
And as Londell plainly stated, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
No, he said people with guns shoot people. But look,
that's right.
Last question for audience, and this is for the audience as much as it is for the panel. But the video also stated that in 1976, Australia had a mass shooting. They set a law and had 0 deaths since 1996. Mass shootings anyway. I'm not gonna say deaths, but they had 0 mass shootings since 1996. That's well over 27 years ago. They have not had a mass shooting since, or very little compared to the United States. So my question to everybody is, why do school shootings in the U.S. happen at a much higher rate than other countries and mass shootings in general? Because this stat is staggering.
Because most countries don't have the amount of guns yet.
288 mass shootings in schools since 2019. And look at the other countries. Talk, Arden. Go ahead. Yeah, brother.
Now, what you need to do is go through those countries and find out how many of the actual public have weapons in those countries. It's a whole lot lower than us by far, dramatically. And the only thing I would say is that I grew up in houses when we were coming up. It was a shotgun by the door. It's not a situation that we hadn't had guns in our neighborhood before. And they was hunting rifles and some revolvers and stuff people may have come back from the war with. But the bottom line is that it comes down to the mindset of the people. If the people are healthy, the world is healthy. The people sick, then don't give them no gun. Because you're going to see sickness in the street. Hurt people hurt people.
No
Ain't
doubt,
no way
bro.
around that.
No doubt,
So
bro.
that's
And we're going to end it on that because we got to keep it moving. Last comment, who was that? Quaven, was that you or Kenny?
I was just saying, yeah, when you combine assault rifles with folks who are mentally unbalanced, bam, this is the recipe that we come up with. And
Okay.
sorry, like Stephen Ross says, this is what happened.
All right, y'all, we got to move to our next segment to tonight's show, and that's our feature segment. Our feature segment tonight, y'all, we're a health-based show by nature, but we do cover social issues, we cover sports, we cover all kinds of leisure activities and mental well-being and the whole gamut. But primarily, we are rooted in being a health-based show, but that's mental health as well. But the thought came up that, thank you, I received. But the thought came
appreciate
up,
their healthy stuff.
with no gym, no time, no equipment at home, what the F can I do to exercise, Kenny? And somebody said, could your answer just be yoga? Because the girl asked the other girl on the treadmill, what's your favorite exercise? She said, chewing food, baby, chewing food. Oh, no. We facetiously laughed, but we want to take a look at this this short video, and then we're going to dive into some of this dialogue on the other side. Let's check it out.
Let's get into it.
5 amazing benefits yoga has on the body. Yoga has so many benefits to the body. Chances are you've already tried it and have discovered some of its perks. Yoga is one of the simplest forms of exercise, which makes it very convenient, especially if you consider how it improves your health, mind, and body. The only thing you need is a yoga mat and some exercise clothing and you're set. According to studies, incorporating yoga into your lifestyle can enhance your bone health while also boosting your body's flexibility. All of these we will be discussing more later, so keep watching. By the end of this video, you'll likely be thinking of doing yoga more if you're already doing it, or start sparing just 15 minutes of your time every day. Here are 5 amazing benefits of yoga that explains why many people are so enamored with this exercise. Number 1, improves flexibility. If there's one thing that yoga is most known for, it is the fact that it remarkably helps with flexibility. Common yoga poses like standing forward fold and downward facing dog are specially designed to boost flexibility. Of course, you don't have to be flexible to perform yoga. Practicing it regularly, however, will surely improve your flexibility. Number 2, builds muscle strength. When it comes to fitness, the first scenario that most people think is huffing and puffing at the gym. Well, weights certainly aren't the only way to exercise. Many yoga poses require holding your body weight in several ways, including the tree pose and downward facing dog. The former requires you to balance on one leg, while the latter needs you to support yourself with your arms. See, poses like these and many more can also help you develop your strength. Number 3, corrects posture. One of the most wonderful benefits of yoga is that it helps with your body posture. Daily yoga makes you sit up straighter and walk taller. On top of that, having a good posture also aids in relieving body pains, especially in your neck and back. In other words, yoga keeps your spinal cord from deforming due to poor posture. Number 4, promotes weight loss. Like any other form of exercise, yoga can prove to be effective for losing weight. While it isn't as fast-paced compared to cardio and HIIT workouts, it can still burn calories, which drives weight loss. Doing yoga every day also fuels the metabolic system and promotes fat burning, thus resulting in weight loss. Also, it can restore the hormonal balance in your body, which can help stabilize your body weight. Number 5, improves bone health. Weight-bearing exercises are known to strengthen bones and fight off osteoporosis. Many yoga poses require you to lift your own weight. Such poses help you improve your bones, especially those in the arms, which are particularly susceptible to osteoporotic fractures. Also, because of yoga's ability to reduce stress, this may help keep calcium in your bones, hence better bone health. Overall, yoga helps you add more years into your life. The key is to do it regularly. If you have comments or questions regarding this video, write them.
We want to thank Body Hug Let me slow this down for a second. We want to thank Body Hub. That was a content creator of that channel. They're on YouTube. I definitely want to shout them out because I don't want to be hit for plagiarizing or anything else. So we give credits to where credit is due. Kenny, can you help us out with a disclaimer before we get into the whole thing about breaking down?
Absolutely, my brother.
All right, help us out, brother.
Absolutely, my brother. First and foremost, we are not physicians. We are not doctors at all. Second of all, this show is not providing any medical advice. I mean, you should really seriously get checked out before doing any exercise routine. If you have any medical condition, consult your physician before attempting anything you see or hear in this show. What you should do before attempting any exercise, just to be safe. Back to you, Lenny.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So we're gonna go. Q, we're gonna come your way first. We're gonna come your way.
Yes, sir.
Break it down the video like we normally do. Got two questions for you, and Cheryl, thank you. I'm glad you loved the video, the cartoon. We try to keep it fun while we're doing things. But we want to show you how you can do more than just chew food. Q, talk about the flexibility aspect of yoga, particularly as we age, my brother, and then segue into talking about benefit number 2 about building muscles. Can you knock both of those out the park, brother?
Yes, sir. And it's very, very interesting. You know, one of the benefits of flexibility in yoga is that stretching and allowing the muscles to stay limber can really help increase our flexibility. And that's a big part of what yoga really talks about. And it's one of the big things with yoga, that flexibility and allowing us to stay stretched out and to have that flexibility when using yoga. And one of the things I like about it is that it allows the body to stay limber. You know, even as we increase in age, that being limber can really help our bodies to stay limber. And it helps with that flexibility. But it also allows us to do this. We can also have a benefit of muscle building through yoga. Just think about how push-ups, something as simple as push-ups, can be a real benefit in building our muscle strength. And all that comes from simple things like doing push-ups. Things that might seem small in the muscle building arena, but it allows us to build strength. And that's great for all of our body.
Excellent, my brother. Arden, we're going to segue over you. Thank you for the comments, Q. Extremely important stuff that you going over, particularly because people overlook yoga, man. And Arden been telling me about this, man, for about the past 6 months. He keeps saying, man, I keep telling you, man, bring your stuff. Come on over to the class with me. But Arden, talk about posture, because you always used to get on me about your posture. Watch how you sit, brother. And why yoga is so important to this. Again, particularly as we age. And then what's the correlation to yoga and bone health? Can you take on those two, brother?
The posture piece is extremely important. You'll find that in, I guess, yoga and dance, martial arts, to keep your posture correct. Because most of the time we sit and we constantly sit like leaning and slouching. Now it's even worse now with the whole phone situation. With most of the time people are healing, so you have a lot of neck and back specialists that's getting a lot more business because we're on our phone so much. We constantly have the curvature of our upper back or upper spine curve. But in that position and in those positions, stand in those positions, and also stretching in proper position is extremely important, because alignment is so important. A lot of times people don't realize you can be offline just driving 25, 30 minutes. You can have your body out of line. Also, what people don't really talk about as far as yoga is concerned, the bone health is really important because of what you're doing. And you're utilizing a lot of strength and a lot of focus holding those positions. Sometimes on one leg, sometimes on just the ball of your foot, sometimes it's on your hands, depending on what type of yoga you're doing and what style you're doing. But even with those movements and in those certain positions, you're in a position not just for your external body, also for your internal organs. There's positions that help your ascending and descending and transverse colon to push, you know, undigested fecal matter out of your system and get that stuff moving, which is a really big problem overall. Your breathing, part of yoga is your breathing at the same time. So you're actually pushing, you're strengthening your lungs, you're enhancing your cardiovascular system on a day to day basis. You're improving your blood flow in those positions. There's other positions that choke you out. You really can't breathe, and they want you in that position because there's there's not organs, but what do they call them? There's parts of your body that really need that pressure, and it enhances so much. I mean, what I'm doing, people on it. That's what they do. They train people in yoga, and it's so many ways that it improves your health. It's phenomenal. And more importantly, socially and mentally, how many people feel like we need to calm down? I don't know. I go into work and sometimes people say, well, we need like 5 more million. If you have those type of problems, you don't want to go off the roof. You don't want to, have a heart attack on Monday going to work. The bottom line is that you need something to calm yourself. You need to know how to calm yourself. And sometimes to get away from all those problems. And even when they jump in your mind, to push them out and get clear and get focused and just get at peace and just breathe is important.
In that aspect, and thank you for covering the 4th of the 5 areas with those 2 comments that you just talked about. But the breathing part of it has a correlation to martial arts, because I know you are a master martial artist as well, having control of self and reaction and things of that nature. So just one more time, can you just say that, just so that we can kind of absorb what you were saying?
Well, it's actually a moving meditation, just like martial arts is. You're doing it correctly, you're breathing with every move. In yoga, if you're doing it correctly, you're breathing with every move. Even though you're in a complex situation, you might be crunched up, leg over there, hand over here, twisted all around. They still want you to breathe under control, and everybody understands, when you're working out, first thing most people forget is to breathe, which is crazy, but that happens in every sport, in everything. They have to constantly remind you to breathe. So, and then, and actually I do work in a hot room. And with the hot room, it makes that, it just gets you intense quickly, like literally. And without a hot room, the first half hour, you look up, you're like, is it time to wrap up? Is it almost over? No, we ain't even through yet. And it hurts you to your heart when they say, yeah, we just completed our warm-up. You're like, for real?
Yeah, I've heard that. I haven't done it yet. I'm like Kyra, I haven't done it. I've been thinking about it, but I've heard, particularly for somebody that, you know what I mean, you might be 40s, 50s, or beyond, it is a very good form of exercise because you can ease your way into it, and it's not as taxing or on your body that, you could get injured and things of that nature much easier than with some other forms of exercise. But it's a form of exercise I think is good for you. But consult your physician, like Kenny said. We're not doctors. We're not even Dr. Phil, like Kenny said. So,
not even Dr. Phil, baby.
Kenny, coming your way though.
Dr. David.
Number 5, the last aspect of it, they talked about how it can help to promote weight loss. Can you talk about that a little bit for the audience?
Well, first of all, it promotes weight loss. There's a lot of energy you exert doing a yoga session. I don't know if some of you do it or have seen it done as we all have. There's a lot of movement in a yoga session. It increases your metabolic rate, which is your metabolism, which helps you burn fat, calories, and all that. But a big question that I've heard about a lot of other exercise things that we've talked about, a lot of people want to know, well, how fast can I lose weight? Mm-hmm. And that signifies, a lot of people think you can go to do yoga or go to the gym or go walking for a week and you haven't lost a pound. Okay, I quit. This is not working. So that's not the case here with yoga. It takes, on average, 3 to 4 consistent months. You can go every day, every other day, things like that. But a lot of people have noticed doing 12 to 20 minutes of yoga a day or every other day not only helps your physical, it helps your mental. You look at it, you see a lot of professional athletes. You see a lot of professional athletes that do yoga for the fitness part of it. There are a lot of other non-professional people like singers, dancers, but they do yoga for their mental focus on what they do. So yoga also helps not only physically but mentally.
So you could see the other.
You have a lot of athletes that do it for that mental focus too. Matter of fact,
that's true too.
One guy,
that's true too.
2 guys that just left the pros. One guy has won a championship. But yeah, so you got a lot of people in that fight that look to it for that.
Wow.
It's not just done for the weight loss purpose. It's also done for your mental focus too. Yoga is very important to both of them.
Thank you, my brother. And look,
My brother.
shout out to brothers. Drop a one in the chat just for the brothers breaking down some of the information. Yo, we're gonna segue to sports real fast. NBA starts tonight, so I do want to know those of you that know a little bit about the NBA, but which 2 teams you think gonna make it to the finals? Let's just throw that out there right now. It's a long way off, you know what I mean? Just an opinion, but what do you think, brother? Starting with you, Kenny, Dallas Cowboy fan, talking basketball. What you think, brother?
I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not going to elaborate on it. I'm a Lakers fan. I say the Lakers make it to the finals this year. I don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to do it. This is LeBron's last hope. Los Angeles Lakers.
Any other team from the East, you think?
Milwaukee is looking good, but Milwaukee cracks in the end. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to go on a limb and say Boston. As much as this hurts me, I'm going to say Boston.
I know Marcel are gonna make you eat them words.
I know Marcel. I hope you're not watching.
Q, what you think about the NBA?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna just this beginning of the season, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think they have the strongest team in the Eastern Conference. And coming from the West, I'm gonna go with the Phoenix Suns. I like what they've done in the offseason. And they finally got some help in the form of they brought in some new players. They brought in a guy from Washington, Bradley Beal, and they also brought in some help for Kevin Durant. So we're going to see what happens with that. And it may be interesting. And it's going to be a long season, but those are the 2 I'm going to pick right now.
Okay. Kyra says thank you, Arden, for convincing her. And Armand said Lakers with a question mark. I don't know if that means he's for him or against him. You're going to have to help us out.
I don't know what that means either, brother. I don't know what that means.
Juanita Cade said I'm a Laker fan too. And I don't know what.
Yes, Juanita Cade.
All right, who you say, brother?
Athlete. I'm a Lakers fan too, but I would say Golden State might pull it out this year, man.
Okay,
and
anybody in the East? You like Boston, Philly?
Out the East. Philly is looking good, but I would say, what's the guy's name? The Bucks probably. That probably will be the strongest team out of the East if everybody wants.
Almost said the Lakers too old. I guess that's what he said. And Rodney said, "I'm a LeBron fan, but Denver will be dangerous again." That's my choice.
They're the defending champs. They're the defending champs. So
my choice is right here.
Denver does not repeat this year. Denver does not repeat.
Nope. I'm going with Milwaukee Bucks.
Nope.
That's who I
you
like.
got what's the name out there too out west though? Nah, they got this 7-footer. If he kept hold tight, what you think?
Definitely like Giannis. So Denver looks very, very strong. I think that they're gonna be back in the finals with Milwaukee this year. That's my pick. So we all could be wrong. We'll come back in May and see if we right or wrong. Let's move on.
Oh yeah.
Because the real season now, we got a long way to go for the NBA. A long way to go for the NBA. But best 2 teams in the NFC and the AFC in football right now. Coming your way, Kenny. Who's the best two teams? One NFC, one AFC.
San Francisco lost twice after what's his name wore that F Dallas shirt he got fined for. I'm going to stick with my Cowboys to the end. Right now, we rolling.
Cowboys
We got the Rams
Nation.
this week.
Cowboys
Yes.
Nation, stand up.
Cowboys will win the NFC. I said it here live. The Cowboys will win the NFC.
Okay.
And how about the AFC? Who coming on the AFC side?
Ooh.
AFC?
Yeah,
Who you got AFC?
Mimi says the Ravens. Go ahead, Mimi.
What you say? I'll let you
I'm
take a
Baltimore. I'm going with the home team. Baltimore.
All right, okay, Ravens.
All right,
Ravens.
all right.
I'm going with the home team.
Mimi just said Ravens as well.
Q, give me two. NFC, AFC. Who you got?
I'm just gonna rock with Philly right now. I mean, and this is subject to change. I'm going with Philly in the NFC, and I'm going with my home flavor, the Baltimore Ravens, baby. Let's go, Lamar.
Okay. Mellow Lucy, Melody Butler say Cowboys all day.
You know she going with the Cowboys.
Tracy
You
Queen
know that.
with the Ravens.
Yes.
Who you got? Who you got?
Ravens all day, baby.
Who you got?
We rocking with the Ravens, to win it. You know what I'm saying? And then, whoever's on the other side just get their hands beat. Excuse my expression. I mean, if it's Philly,
Wow.
I like Philly.
No,
I do like Philly.
Not like it's hot, hard.
But,
Not like it's hot, baby.
Oh man.
hey, man. And I'll drink to that.
I'm gonna tell you,
Yes, sir.
I see a lot of Cowboys and the Ravens picks, like one, Cowboys on the NFC and Ravens. That would be a hell of a Super Bowl. That would be amazing.
that would be
Yes, sir.
But look, let me change my hat. Let me change my hat.
With
Since
love, that baby.
Since we're talking football, let me put my other hat.
You got the Commanders hat on, don't you?
Let me go back to my other hat. Look, now no way in shape and form am I saying that we're gonna win or we're gonna go to the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying that's my team.
So take your hat off then, man.
But I will stick with I still stick with my green and white theme of picking the Bucks the green and white. I'm gonna pick Philly green and white for the NFC. I think they are playing tremendously hard, potentially strong. It's just hard to beat that team.
How long can they do that? How long can they play at that level?
As long as they keep pushing the boy in the ass, I think they're gonna be all right. Because they're never.
Love shove.
What else you call it? The push tush or the love shove? That's 100%. They just line up and do that shit. They can be good. And if they play the Ravens, I really like the Ravens' chances this year if Lamar keeps playing. I think we got a great Super Bowl there. And the last question for all you homers, all you locals, Lamar played his butt off 2 days ago, and I want to ask this question. Is Lamar finally one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL? Going around the horn, starting with you, Kenny.
Eeny, money. Eeny,
You straighten your mouth out.
Top 5. Yeah. 5. Number 5.
You're number 5, you think?
That was hard for me to say, but number 5.
Okay. Rodney laughing at you. Rodney is definitely laughing at you.
Hey, the crowd don't like your opinion.
I know.
Q.
I get
You
it.
and Arden, that's your boy, that's your team. Has he reached that status yet? Be truthful, be honest, and it's okay. He has?
I'm just going to say yes.
All right, I like that, Q. I like your quickness and your confidence in your answer, brother. No hesitation. Arden, he didn't say,
Yeah, he had no. I believe.
What say you, Arden?
I believe.
What say you, brother?
You know what I said. Baltimore, baby.
Okay.
Best
All right.
quarterback in the league. And
That's
you know
what's
what?
up.
People don't have to agree until he win the championship again this year. So
Oh, we're going to do that? Okay. We're going to do that.
All right, y'all know.
what we doing?
All good things must come to an end. It was another fantastic evening with the Night Brothers Show, intermittent fasting show, where we talk about health issues, we talk about social issues, we talk about all types of things that's going on in this crazy world today to give you some fun and some enjoyment, some deviations from what's going on out here, just to make you smile and laugh, and also to educate you and bring you some knowledge that we are so happy to do so. You can support the show by Cash Apping us $10 or any amount that's on your heart to $ Kenadizzle 1113. And you see that scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If also you inclined to support the show, you can also buy our black seed oil. Our black seed oil, if you just go to the tinyurl.com, black seed oil, and that's right here. You see the little websites right here. You can buy black seed oil tremendously for your health. You can also get your spirulina, and these are on Amazon channels. If you just hit the link when you go to Amazon, it'll help support the show. So those are a couple things for you out there right there. I want to thank y'all very much, and we want to get closing comments from our panel. Starting off with my brother Q over there. Q, what's your closing thought for this week? What you want to leave the people with?
Yes, sir. I just want to remind everybody that we got a lot of good things coming up. We have some special guests that we're in the midst of trying to line up. And we always want to keep things entertaining and informative. And guys, just continue to rock with us. We appreciate our audience so much.
Yes.
Kenny, closing thoughts for the people, brother.
Hey, once again, thank y'all for joining us. Big shout out to our brother. It just came up on my screen. Pierre is watching. Big shout out to you, bro. Get well. Come home soon. We'll see you soon, my brother. We thank each and every one of y'all each and every week for joining us and keep doing it. Like my big brother E said, we have a lot coming down the pipe.
No doubt. And Armin, what you want to leave the people with, my friend?
Hey, real quick comment. If you get anything on YouTube, if you just slide in through our link, you don't even have to be buying a spirulina. If you want to buy a bike, if you want to buy some clothes, you want some shoes, you want other news, you want whatever you want. If you need something to take before you snooze, just choose the tinyurl.com/KB-spirulina or black seed oil, and that will definitely support the show regardless. I love y'all, appreciate you. Also, if somebody's, it's not for the faint of heart, because I go to like a real studio, they really get down where I go. Saturday at 8 o'clock, y'all want to link up? I can get you in for free for the first joint. So it is hot yoga. So let me let you know, it's not for the faint of heart. I would say if you kind of feel like you kind of faint at heart, just do something online and 15, 20 minute type situation. But if you down, give me a holler. I'll be there at 8 o'clolock. And we're going to get it in. It's an hour and a half session. So heads up.
No doubt.
I'm in DC.
And also,
peace and love, baby. Peace and love.
Also, I want to thank y'all. I think I always call y'all the best audience on the internet. I mean, y'all are loyal following. Yeah. If you want to help the show to grow and you don't have to do, you can just invite somebody and let them know. So that's what you can do.
Yes, sir.
And then also, the festival was canceled because of inclement weather in Annapolis back in the summer, so they're having the festival. Can you give people the particulars real fast? I know some folks might.
Yes, sir. The Kunta Kinte Festival will take place this week in Annapolis, downtown, and we look forward to seeing you guys there. We might even see Pierre down there. So
he did say he was coming out.
Continue to support the show in all different kinds of ways, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next week. And we have some things lined up, some special guests lined up coming up in the coming weeks.
All right. Peace and love, everybody. Thank y'all.
Peace.
All right.